In our previous video, we were introduced to surds, how surds are a type of irrational numbers. Now, we want to discuss more on the rules of surds. All right, so now this is like a discussion where we have roots A, B. Okay, we have the values of A. We also have the values of B to be 4. And we'll test if root AB on its own is equal to root A multiplied by root B. If root A plus B is equals to root A plus B. If root A minus B is equals to root A minus root B. And if root A divided by B is equals to root A divided by root B. So we will test if the left hand side is equals to the right hand side. Whichever works, that will be our foundation for the rules of surds. Now, if we are given root A is equals to 16, definitely the square root of A will be the square root of 16, and root A therefore will be equals to what? 4. Now, root B will be the square root of 4, therefore root B will be equals to 2. Now let's begin. Root A in this case is 16, and B in this case is 4. Now if we simplify this further, we will have 16 times 4, and if we plug in into our calculator, our 16 times 4 is 64, and the square root of 64 is 8. Now if we move to the right hand side, our root A on its own is 4, so this is 4, and root B is 2, and this is 8. Now we can see that 8 is equals to 8, so that means this law is valid. Now if we look at the next one, let's number it 1, 2, 3, and 4. When we take a look at the next one, we have root A plus B. That means we are saying A is 16, B is 4, and this will give us root 20. All right, and root 20 in its own is equals to 4.472, approximately to 3 decimal places. And if we try root A now, root A in its own is what? 4. Root B in its own is what? 2. So this is 4 plus 2, and we'll have 6. Now we can see that 4.472 is not the same thing as 6. Therefore, this line is not valid. Okay. Let's go a step further to number 3. And this time around, we'll be considering A minus B. That's 16 minus 4. 16 minus 4 is 12. And the square root of 12 is 3.464. Now let's consider the right hand side, which says root A. Root A is 4. Root B is 2. And 4 minus 2 is 2. Now 2 is not the same thing as 3.464. Therefore, the second line again will be not valid. And finally, let's go to number 4. So where we have root A divided by root B, and that's root 16 divided by 4. 16 divided by 4 in this case is 4, so that will have the square root of 4, and the square root of 4 is 2. If you consider this now, the right hand side, that's root A divided by root B, that's root 4. Okay, root A is 6, is 4, root B is 2, and that is 2. So we can say that 2 is equal to 2, and we'll have valid. Now with this expression, now we can come around to a rule, 2 rules of surds, the 2 facts that are useful when simplifying surds. We will have root A B is equal to root A multiplied by root B, root AB is equals to root A multiplied by root B, and root A divided by root B, or let's say root A divided by B, is equal to root A divided by root B. Therefore, root A divided by B is equals to root A divided by root B. Now, that means surds is only functional across multiplication and division. So this brings us to the two rules governing sort. Let's take a few examples on this and we'll solve. So let's look at this. We have root 9 multiplied by root 16. Okay. Root 9 multiplied by root 16. Now, let's take a look at the first law. The first law says root AB is equals to root A multiplied by root B. Therefore, in this case, we are going backwards. So root 9 multiplied by root 16 will be what? Root 9 multiplied by 16. And in this case, our 9 multiplied by 16 is 144. And this is equals to 12. Now, if we go by simplifying the values of the square root now, so we have root 9 to be 3 and the square root of 16 to be 4. And 3 times 4 is 12. And we can see that 12 is equals to 12. So this shows that the law is valid, just like we did in the previous example. Alright, so let's take another example. We are given root 5 multiplied by root 6. Now, if you follow the first law of sorts, the one that involves multiplication, so we can say that this is equals to root 5 multiplied by 6, and this is equals to root 30. And let's take a question on division now. So we have root 144 divided by root 9. So root 144 is 12, root 9 is 3, 12 divided by 3 is 4. And we can apply also the law of sorts, where we say root 144 divided by 9 is equals to root 100. Okay. Alright, so where we say root 144 divided by root 9 is equals to root 144 divided by 9. And 144 divided by 9 is 16. And this is equals to 4. So everything is dependent on the two rules of sorts. Root AB is equals to root A multiplied by root B. And root A divided by B is equals to root A divided by root B. Now, this shows that sorts rule is applied for multiplication and division, but we can say that root A plus root B is not equal to root A plus root B. And likewise, root A minus B is not equals to root A minus root B.